Alright, it's that time again for Total Sport on Impact's Business Radio 92.5 FM. Your daily sport tonic on radio. Time to serve with all of the news going around in the scintillating and ever buzzing world of sport. This is the sport headquarters in southwest Nigeria. Quite a lot to talk about on the program this afternoon. The National Basketball Association is ongoing. Remember, we saw the conference finals between the Golden State Warriors and, of course, Dallas Mavericks. What a game that was this morning. It was Steph Curry who led the Golden State Warriors to a victory in that one. They were able to stop Luka Doncic, limiting him to just 20 points in that particular. We'll talk about that on the program this afternoon. Also take a look at the next game. Remember, we saw the first conference finals played. That was about 2 days ago now, where Miami Heat take on Boston Celtics, and it was the Heat who stood initiating the first one. But most importantly, we'll be taking a microscopic look into this morning's game between Golden State Warriors and, of course, Dallas Mavericks. So talk about some local stories. One man who wants to become the next NFL president. I'm talking about former Eagles goalkeeper Peter Sadida. He's talking tough today. We'll talk about what he's saying, plus what we should expect, because we've got some people who are really interested in contesting for NFL presidency. So we'll talk about that on the program this afternoon. Remember, in the English Premier League, Chelsea have got a game today, and they'll be up against Leicester City, and it's going to be Crystal Palace here against Everton Football Club. Everton will host Crystal Palace. That's going to be at the Goodison Park. And for Stephen G, well, he took a swipe as those are saying that this team will decide the Premier League title race. That's a massively against Man City. He took a swipe at them. I'll play what Stephen G had to say ahead of that particular one. Welcome once again. It's Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM, your daily sport tonic on radio. I am Kenny Bamidele. Just to let you know when the time is right, I will open the studio line so you can be a part of the program. So in case you are just joining us for the first time, you can put down the studio line. So when the time is right, you call in and, of course, contribute to any of those stories you want to talk about. 0916-104-7698, 0916-104-7698, or 0811-052-6487, 0811-052-6487. You can as well call 0902 280-9257, 0902-280-9257. This program is also live on Facebook. Go on to our Facebook handle, facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan. Facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan. You can as well follow us on Twitter at IBR925FM Ibadan. Same handle on Instagram. Welcome once again to your daily sport tonic on radio. Alright, I've got my partner right here with me, taking a microscopic look into some of the stories we have for you. Is Toby Ajewole, making a big return on the program this afternoon. Toby, how you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, Kenny. Good afternoon, sports fans. Good afternoon to the guys in the studios too. It's nice to be here. Yesterday we saw the Europa League final, and it was actually one of the best. We saw one of the best football performances yesterday from both teams. It was not a boring final, even though you can see it's the second grade European Cup competition, and it was end-to-end stop between Rangers and Eintracht Frankfurt yesterday. Joe Aribo got a goal. Rangers thought they would run away with the win, ultimately getting the trophy, but Frankfurt, they had other ideas, and they dragged that game into penalty shootout, and Eintracht Frankfurt will be playing in the Champions League courtesy of the win they had at the Europa League yesterday. So it was actually nice, and the relegation dogfight at the English Premier League still continues. Everton hoping to escape the drop. They will have a date with Crystal Palace against Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace, and hoping that Frank Lampard will actually complete what he has started, because he was actually brought in to see if he can actually overcome that relegation fight. So let's see what will happen there. It's nice to be here once again.
Welcome once again, Toby. Let's have fun. We'll talk about that on the program. That's talking about the Europa League final between Eintracht Frankfurt and, of course, Rangers. Sad one for Rangers. Well, they tried as much as possible to get that win, but no thanks to that poor sport kick from Aaron Ramsey. That couldn't even help them get that particular victory. Let's get down to business and start from the National Basketball Association. Alright, Steph Curry top scored with 21 points as he helped the Golden State Warriors beat Dallas Mavericks 112-87 in their Western Conference final opener. And the Warriors restricted Dallas star Luka Doncic to just 20 points in what is that's his lowest for the playoffs so far. It tells you how he was limited in this encounter. Alright, for Andrew Wiggins, he scored 19 points for the Warriors and was also key in limiting Doncic impact. Now let's talk about the importance of this first win for the Golden State Warriors. Now we know it's going to be very tough for them against Dallas Mavericks, even though you can call them a one-star team all about Luka Doncic. But let me ask you, 112-87, that's quite convincing. Is this a picture of how this series could look like? Is it going to be like a clean sweep for the Golden State Warriors?
Yes. The Warriors, they really showed the stuff of champions in the early hours of this morning, where they actually dispatched the Dallas Mavericks, and it was actually expected. You know, when we were speaking earlier on TV this morning, you know, we were saying where the Mavericks, they are more or less like a one-man team, whereby it is Luka Doncic that actually leads from the front. He leads with the point. So if he's not getting the proper service, if he's not shooting, if he's not getting those points, the Mavericks tend to suffer, and we actually saw that in the early hours of this morning. Unlike a Golden State Warriors team that actually they attack in numbers, they defend in numbers, they actually have game winners in their team. And you saw if Steph Curry is draining in the 3-pointers, his support cast are not missing.
Now, don't you think we should be scared? I mean, those that don't want Golden State Warriors to win, don't you think they should be scared right now? Because that team has got everybody playing some top level basketball.
I called them a championship winning team earlier in the series, and we actually seen them in the finals, and they were able to, the score lines across each quarters was very convincing, except for the second quarter where Mavericks actually led just by a point.
So
it shows you the stuff from the GSW they are actually made of, and Steph Curry has been doing it again and again, whereby he has been getting the points. His team, his supporting cast has been defending in numbers, attacking in numbers. So I would say it is GSW's game to lose right now.
Now let's just move away from the fact that from this encounter between the Golden State Warriors and the last match. Let's look at the finals.
Right
now, if Golden State Warriors qualify for the finals, finals, I'm talking about the main finals itself. Right. Now, Jordan Poole can score. He can score up dribble. He can drive. Now, Klay Thompson always in there, ready to make. When you come to a top 5 premium 3-and-D player, that's Klay Thompson, one player that can shoot from 3, and of course very good on defense. Now, let's look at these guys and their contribution. Steph, definitely, that's that man that every game is definitely going to perform well. And of course, we are seeing Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins putting some top work on defense. Now, this is a complete team.
That is it.
And they are causing real havoc for some teams now.
That is it.
Now, should we say Golden State Warriors for the championship?
Definitely. If they are for the championship, they really need to make that intent. They have to make that statement now. And it's the confidence that they build in games like this that they will take to the finals of finals. Because if you want to be the champion, you really have to make your statement known. You know that you really cannot pretend. If you're, there's a difference between being a contender and a pretender. A contender actually goes into every fight or goes into every game
with the mindset
of winning. But if you're a pretender, you can only flatter to deceive, show that in faces. But as a contender, you must show that long span of winning, and
the GSW has got it.
Yeah, well, they have the confidence on their side right now.
They have confidence on their side. Okay, now let's look at it from this angle. Now, the last Mavericks have got Luka Doncic.
Right.
Now, Luka Doncic is that man. If he's not playing, they will struggle. But now, at some point this season, Jalen Brunson was playing without Luka. He was dubbed the new Luka. Now, don't you think, okay, if Luka is missing, then Brunson, who showed that responsibility at some point or the other, should be able to win games for Dallas?
Well, this is a new challenge. You're playing in the finals right now, and your opposing team, you really have to play with your strength. I know with a game with a team like GSW, it is they play with what you play with. If GSW notice that you are an attacking team, they will actually
give you what you want.
They'll give you what you want to. If they see you a defensive team,
like they did to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, so they'll find a way of breaking you down. And if you are a one-man team or even a two-man team, you will still struggle with the likes of the Golden State Warriors, and we have seen that. So I think The only thing that the Mavericks can actually hold on to right now is if they can scrape a victory in game 2, then that can actually give them a glimmer of hope. But if they throw game 2 away, I think it's over for them.
I think they were 3-2-0 against the Phoenix at some point, and they were able to fight back. So even if they drop game 2, don't you think the fact that they have done it before, they can still do it again?
You cannot compare the Phoenix Suns to the Golden State Warriors. Honestly, you really
Phoenix Suns had the best record in the NBA regular season.
But I tell you, the regular season is a different ball game when you are playing in the series finals. But
with the fact that they had one of the best seasons in their history.
I tell you that, but you know something, you are as good as your last result. Once you get a win, you take that confidence into the next game.
All right.
But right now, the Mavericks, they really need to dust themselves off from the dust right now, and that is why I said if they end up losing game 2, I think it's over for them.
Well, if they end up losing game 2, it's actually over for them. That's what Toby thinks of the Dallas Mavericks. So you don't want it to be over, just win game 2. That's some advice to y'all who support the Dallas Mavericks. Alright, Jalen Brunson scored 14 points, where he missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts. Alright, we did not talk about the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. The game was played about 2 days ago. Yeah, and it was the Heat who stole the initiative where Jimmy Butler scored. Now we are looking at, I want to look at it from this angle. And it's right now, maybe it's too early to predict, but let me ask you, who do you think is going to get this one?
Really, with the way the Boston Celtics dispatched the Bucks, I still want to give them that benefit.
But they are trailing, you know.
Yes, they are trailing. Yes, they are trailing going into game 2 right now.
Sure.
If they can actually tie it in game 2,
then Boston Celtics.
Well, maybe the Celtics.
All right, thank you very much for that one. In case you're just joining, you still listen to Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM, your daily sport tonic on radio, and I am Kenny Bamdele. I've got Toby Adewale right here with me. Toby, let's talk about this tennis story, and it's coming from Alcaraz. That's a Spaniard, 19-year-old, who is not happy right now for Rafael Nadal because of the injury situation right now. Missed out at the Italian Open, the Masters 1000, and heading to the French Open. Don't you think it's really going to be tricky here for Rafael Nadal?
Well, it can be tricky for Rafael Nadal, but one thing we must understand: Rafael Nadal is not Rafael Nadal of 10 years ago, 5 years ago. He is aging seriously, and his body is breaking down. You know, Rafael Nadal, when he was in his heydays, he's someone that would play with a lot of passion, with a lot of energies, and we could see him with the type of injuries he was sustaining, whereby you see him having foot injuries, long injury layups because of the amount of power and passion that he gives into these games. And right now, when he's not getting any more younger, he really has to master his body. You could actually see that with the likes of Roger Federer. Roger Federer has gotten to a point right now, he only plays to enjoy the game right now. He doesn't go into tournaments saying that, okay, I want to be...
That man is not stressing.
Exactly. So he's just enjoying himself. And with the amount of achievements Rafa has actually garnered over the years, I think he's a legend of the sport. So, as I said earlier on TV, we would always want to see our legends playing.
Now, imagine, watching a Grand Slam,
right,
without Rafael Nadal,
yes,
Novak Djokovic,
yes,
Roger Federer, and a host of other legends for WTA, maybe Serena Williams and the rest of all. How would it look like?
Well, there was tennis before the likes of these players.
So
they will definitely leave.
Tennis sleeps on.
Tennis sleeps on.
That's interesting. That's interesting in the angle from Toby. Okay, let's move away from other sports and talk about some local stories on the program this afternoon. And heading straight to the NFF and Nigeria Football Federation. And this is one man who has showed interest in contesting for NFF presidency, and that is a former Super Eagles goalkeeper, Peter Said is revealed the reasons he's vying for the position of NFF. Well, just to let you know once again that the tenure of the current NFF president, Ahmad Pinnick, will expire in next few months, with the next federation election slated to hold in September. Well, in about 3 months' time, we should have that. A number of ex-internationals, including Benedict Akwegbu, have declared interest to contest for office. Peter Said is a football pundit, a pastor who is based in South Africa, said he cried after Super Eagles drew against Black Stars of Ghana in the second leg of the FIFA World Cup qualifier at the Moshood Abiola Stadium 2 months ago. He said Nigeria losing to the World Cup ticket to Ghana has motivated his decision to contest in the forthcoming election. He also revealed that he decided to go into football illustration so he can be in position to hire and fire. That is the reason why he wants to become the NFF president. Is this some valid reasons?
I think so. he has the right to aspire to.
And to Maguire.
You said so. but honestly, Peter Saidida has been. I watch him when he's doing his punditry duties on cable TV, and he actually speaks well, very eloquent. He can be very witty sometimes.
Is it about being eloquent?
Well, that's not that's
because
not,
now he said he cried after Nigeria failed to qualify for the World Cup.
Most Nigerians did.
You cried?
I didn't do that.
So why say most Nigerians?
Because I actually know a few number of Nigerians that were pained because the manner which Ghana actually did that.
Okay, now he said it, and now he wants to be in a position to hire and fire.
Yes. Well, he actually, as I said, he has every right to actually aspire for this office. But being the NFF president, you really need to play a lot of politics. You really need to do the billings of several people will actually bankroll your aspirations. But when you get there, will you be able to do these jobs right? You know that there has been cases whereby they say that there are certain cabals within the NFF. Will this cabal allow Peter Saidida do the job of a NFF president diligently? Even before he even gets to the post of president, he will still need to tour around the state federations. Will he receive the backing of the state federations? And with the way we elect NFF president or president of the Nigerian Football Federation, you and I, the journalists, we have no say. We do not have voting power. It is still this state FAs, the delegates from the state FAs, that will still elect the NFF president.
Let me take his quote right now. He said, on a more serious note, he's actually serious about this now. On a more serious note, saying that he wants to change a lot. He wants to change a lot when it comes to this is it. He said that time has come for us to change Nigerian football. The time has come for us to do something different. He said, I came to Abuja and to watch Nigeria versus Ghana. After the game, I almost had heart attack. I go back to my room and cried and asked, what is this? What has happened to our football? This man is not really happy. He wants to change things.
Well, the decline that we're experiencing with Nigerian football didn't just start yesterday. It didn't just start 2 years ago. It didn't just start 5. It didn't even just start 10 years ago. I would say that decline has actually happened maybe since the early 2000s, but because we're a country that likes this quick fix, we like to paper over the cracks. So most of the time, once we see this short-term achievements, we believe everything is fine. 2013 actually gave us this false hope that everything was fine when the Super Eagles actually won the AFCON.
And truly, everything wasn't fine.
Yeah, truly everything wasn't fine.
In that tournament, we had issues.
Yes, even after that tournament, the late Stephen Keshi threatened to actually resign from the post.
In fact, before the game against Ivory Coast in the quarterfinals, where we won 2-1,
yes,
there were reports that there were plans to bring the team back because they believe they'll actually lose to Ivory Coast.
Exactly. So just because we paper over the cracks in this part of the world, short-term achievements, we feel everything is fine, we tend to actually look away from the fundamental problems, whereby once you look at even our local league itself, the league shouldn't be in this proper state. Up until this season, look at what has been actually been happening to the league, whereby most of the time the season doesn't end. Even when the season ends, before a new season starts, it's always a running battle between the club owners and the federation and the NFF, say that the league will start at so day. Before the Nigerian league starts, we always have up to 3 tentative dates before the ball is actually kicked on the match day. So there are a lot of things that needs to be changed. From developmental football, women's football is almost in comatose. Women's league football is almost in comatose. So there's a lot that needs to change in Nigerian football. Most of the time, the Super Eagles is always the poster boy of the NFF president.
Toby, when Amutajero Pinnick was contesting,
yes.
Yeah, he said more than this, and we believed, Amutajero Pinnick would do all of this. He's going to change football, and since Amutajero Pinnick has been in charge till date,
right.
Would you say he's changed football in Nigeria?
We spoke about this, was it not just last week?
Yeah, we talked about.
I told you his tenure has been underwhelming. He came in with a lot of promise. He came in with a lot of hopes, but he has dashed these hopes. And right now, I think whoever that will actually come in as the new NFF president, since he won't be running for a third term, will have a lot to do. Amaju Pinnick coming in from up. I wouldn't say he has messed up, but he could have been better. Coming from the Delta State Football Federation, he thought this is someone that will actually do the right and proper thing, but he just couldn't live up to the billings. But I just hope he will be able to actually he said he won't be running. Whoever that will be coming in, maybe Peter Saidida, maybe whoever that will be coming in, will just do the right and proper thing for our football.
Alright, you are still listening to Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM, just the biggest and the best. This is your daily sport tonic on the radio. Just to let you know once again, you can watch this program live on Facebook. Go onto our Facebook handle, facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan, facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan. Remember to follow us on our social media handles on Twitter at IBR925FM Ibadan, at IBR925FM Ibadan. You can as well call it right now. The phone lines officially open. After this break, we open the phone lines. You can put it down 0916 104 7698, 0916 104 7698, or 081105 6487, 081105 6487. You can as well call 0902 2809257, 0902 Let's go for this quick break. Through Sport returns shortly on Impact 92.5 FM.
Roma have risen from their ruins. Nonetheless, the Greek god in Rome, the unthinkable unfolds before our eyes.
The stage is set for this year's edition of the grand finale of the prestigious UEFA Champions League. As the boys have been separated from the men, the two contenders is now revealed as 13 times champion Real Madrid of Spain will battle with 6 times champion Liverpool of England at the 80,000 capacity Stade de France in Paris.
It will be Liverpool against Real Madrid. What incredible drama we've seen this season.
In the bid to bring in the action closer to you, the ever-reliable sports crew of Metropolitan Broadcasting Services, owners of Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5 FM, and Impact Africa Television, IATV presents the 2022 edition of Night of Champions.
It's an inviting one for Vinicius to chase, and he's got away from Mazraoui. Vinicius, and Benzema crushes Real Madrid into the lead in Amsterdam.
This is an opportunity for football fans to celebrate and watch top European football in a carnival-like, cool and frenzy atmosphere. The IBR and ITV 2022 Night of Champions comes with premium excitement and side attractions, which includes red carpet, music, comedy, meet your OAPs, sports quiz competition, PlayStation challenge, rep your club, live game analysis with juicy gifts and products to be won by our loyal fans.
That moment, how they've waited for it, how they have earned
The
it.
2022 IBR and IATV Night of Champions comes up on May 28, 2022. Venue, Mingus Place Hotel, Agri Bus Stop beside Food Co. along Yano Church Road and Iwo Road Expressway, Ibadan. Time, red carpet starts at 4 p.m. IBR and IATV Night of Champions is proudly sponsored and supported by All Stars Trader, Peace Life Homes and Properties, Mingus Place Hotel, Brent Mall, Jason Combs, Fulton Photography. For more information and sponsorship, please call Isaiah on 0706 093 2899 or Abdulafiz Mr. MVP on 0703 305 8250. IBR and IATV Night of Champions, celebrating top football artistry at the Champions Planet.
We will see you in Paris on the 28th for the Champions League final.
Look, There's no easier way to say this. Slow internet is bad for business. So, if you want what's best, get the Airtel Smartbox Outdoor Unit for SMEs.
Indeed, do business at internet speed of up to 200 megabytes per second with the Airtel Smartbox Outdoor Unit for SME and enjoy instant access to other amazing offers. Dial 1010 toll free or send an email to airtelbusiness@ng.airtel.com to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Total Sport. Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM, the sport headquarters in Southwest Nigeria.
Alright, welcome back from that break. You're still on to Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM, your daily sport talk on radio. Alright, we played that promo just now, and that was counting down to the 28th of this month, the Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. And it's not about the Champions League final, it's about, how we're actually going to see that game at Mingo's event place. Toby, it's really going to be big that day, and this is an event organized by Total Sport crew, and just for the fans to come and see the game live with their faves together, chilling, having fun, with lot of great prizes to be won. Like the Sport Prophet talked about yesterday, $100 to be definitely given to some people who get the quiz, and a lot stand to be won on that particular day. Toby, aren't you anticipating?
Definitely, really can't wait for that day to actually come on the 28th. Really wish it was like yesterday, let me use that word, but really we're actually drumming up and we're actually counting down and building up to that wonderful day, because it's not just the football alone. The side attractions actually what will make this day very important. And from 4 p.m. when the red carpet actually officially opens,
yes,
the
from 4 p.m. just like before each match, there's always a build up.
Yes,
pre-match, all of that.
Yes,
we have the pre-match analysis, we have joint match analysis and the post-match analysis. Definitely. But first, when the red carpet kickstart, just seeing them come around and come on.
Yeah, definitely we're going to mingle with our fans and most of some of our very loyal listeners and even viewers. Would actually see them on that. I
actually want to see Pekulia that day. I want to see that brother.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure he's listening, and I'm sure he actually make time to actually see us that day. So definitely, it's going to be a swell time with our fans on that day.
I've got a message for you from the Sport Prophet Isaiah Karemi.
Okay.
He said I should tell you can come with your girlfriend.
Duly noted.
So it's important you do that. So that's coming from the Sport Prophet, not from me. Alright, so you still listen to True Sport on IBR92.5 FM. And right now we're taking you around the world of sports, having it with Jesus Sporting Stories. And now let's talk about this one. Our Nigeria players abroad, and of course, one man who is, of course, in the transfer news for the right reasons is Victor Osimhen, who have been linked with a move from Napoli to Arsenal. But the Nigerian attacker is unlikely to move to the Emirates without Champions League football. And right now, Arsenal not even in the race for the Champions League. And going to the final day, would you like, even if Arsenal qualify for the Champions League, would it be ideal for Osimhen to join Arsenal?
Well, if Osimhen goes to Arsenal with the exit of Andre Lacazette almost imminent, I think he might actually be a good option, because he will actually receive service. And Osimhen, being a poacher, being a fox in the box kind of striker, he hustles for balls, and with a team like Arsenal that creates chances, his job there is to just finish. So I think he will actually thrive. But I think not Champions League football or not playing Champions League football would be a deal breaker for Osimhen, and I really do not blame him. Napoli would play in the next season's Champions League, and him not playing in the Champions League might actually see it as a demotion, quote and unquote. Now, so I think it's actually good that Osimhen is actually being mentioned as being rumored to be part of these big clubs that actually jostling for his signature. So good thing for Osimhen, but if he makes it to Arsenal, I think it will be a good development for him.
If he's not Arsenal, do you have any club in mind?
If it's not Arsenal, I really can't lay my hands upon any club right now, except if you are talking like I would have said Manchester United.
Manchester what?
I would have said now.
Please don't do it.
But right now they are on a rebuilding process. The new manager might actually have his own type of players.
Yeah, United can get Kelechi Iheanacho instead of Osimhen.
I don't think Kelechi Iheanacho might actually suit the philosophy that
you think so.
I don't think he suits the philosophy that Ten Hag might actually be bringing to United. So good thing that at least our players are being mentioned with these big clubs.
Okay, it's a good one. Right now, let's talk about the Europa League final between Rangers and Eintracht Frankfurt. Total Sport on the Ibr92.5 FM. Alright, Eintracht Frankfurt beat Rangers on penalties to win the Europa League in a dramatic fashion on a tense night in Sevilla after a 1-0 draw. That was after 90 minutes and extra time. The game went to a shootout where Aaron Ramsey saw his effort saved by Kevin Trapp, and of course Rafael Ball buried the decisive kick. In a dull first half, Frankfurt began at the better. It was just Lindstrom wasting a decent opportunity when a corner was cut back to him, but gradually Rangers asserted. Joe Aribo bedding in a fine shot wide, a trap beating. Well, we saw a better second half on the 57th minute. That was when Joe Aribo gave Rangers the lead after consecutive error from Gibriso and Tuta, but similar though less egregious behavior from Scott Wright, Conor Golton and Calvin Bassey meant Ball equalized on the 69th minute. Both teams flogged themselves in search for a winner, but neither had the class to find one and effectively shook hands on draw with 5 minutes to go. It ended in favor of Eintracht Frankfurt. Yes, let's talk about this game. You can call in right now. The phone line is open. Let's talk about Rangers, how they performed. Do you think they deserve to win? Well, for most people, it wasn't. Eintracht Frankfurt had a better performance. They were the better team. But what do you think about the game? Call in right now. 0916-104-7698, 0916-104-7698, or 0811-052-6487, 0811-052-6487. You can as well call 0902-280-9257, 0902-280-9257. Toby, Eintracht Frankfurt topped Rangers yesterday on shootout.
Good game of football yesterday. But football can be very cruel. You really cannot have two winners in a game. There must be one winner and a loser. And Frankfurt came from behind. They equalized, dragged it into extra time, and the Europa League trophy is theirs at least for the next one season. Rangers, they just have to dust themselves up. A very young team. They started like a house on fire. Aribo got that goal. I was even happy with seeing Aribo playing as a false nine. On the flip side, I just hope Aribo can actually replicate these performances when he's playing for the Super Eagles, because he seems to thrive more when he's actually with his club side, unlike when he's with the national team.
How about Calvin Bassey?
Calvin Bassey too was also super for most of the games.
I'm actually confused right now. So who was the Calvin Bassey we saw against the Black Stars of Ghana?
Well, I think you can also cut them some slack too. The nature of the pitch that they played on in Abuja, being a new pitch, so I think they had not gotten used to it. The weather too also played a huge difference in the level of performances that we see. So, and they played late in the evening yesterday in Seville so they were able to see the best of football from those players yesterday. So moving on, I think Rangers, they just have to hope that they get the Scottish Cup because they have a domestic
Yeah,
cup
they've
final.
got against Hart.
Yes, they have a domestic cup final, and hoping
Do
they
you,
can.
do you think they will still have the heart to play against Hart?
I think so. They should. They should be able to do it. They are one of the biggest clubs in Scotland. They should be able to actually go over the line and do at least get that trophy and compensate their their fans. Because
All right, we've got a call here. Let's pick this call. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we lost that one. Please, you'd have to call back on the program. We want to talk about any of those stories we talk about so far. You can call in 0916 104 7698, 0916 104 7698, or 0811052647, 0811052647. You can as well call 0902 280 9257, 0902 280 9257. Now, going forward, Eintracht Frankfurt through to the Champions League. Rangers finished second in the Scottish Premier League, which means they have to go through the playoff for the Champions League. Now, did you think what is your advice for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst? What should he do into next season?
I think he will just have to, first things first, he will actually have to speak to his boys, try to bring up their morale, because I'm sure there will be a lot of disappointed players from yesterday night, and actually spur them. Him being a former player too, where actually found himself in a position whereby he has actually lost major finals or major matches. So tell them like this is not the end of the world, and actually try to bolster maybe bolster the squad, maybe in critical positions, maybe getting proper attackers that actually convert chances, because yesterday they threw a lot of chances. They could have actually won.
Now, in the 117th minute, Ryan Kent had a glorious chance that was well saved by Kevin Trapp.
Yes, he did. And I was even thinking, whilst we're actually praising Joe Aribo for actually playing as a false nine, if they had an out and out striker, I don't think Aribo would have actually played as a false nine. So if it means him getting a proper attacker that can, or a proper striker that can convert chances that they are being created, because Aribo seems to be the creative head, is the pivot in that Rangers team, and if the creator now is being the one made to actually finish whatever he has started, I think there might be a lot of problems for that team. So if you can get a good striker, they'll go places.
Let's listen to the coach for Rangers, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, speaking after yesterday's game, saying he was disappointed.
Of course, I'm very disappointed. Because you played the final, you're very close in winning silverware. I think we were today as well. But in the end, when you don't win, the emotions go from possibly high to very low. I've had those moments in my career, losing big games, losing the World Cup final. It hurts. For us is now to.
But that was Giovanni Van Bronckhorst speaking after the game yesterday. He says hurt. Well, it is what it is. They just have to move on. Right now, let's talk about the English Premier League. Alright, starting with the relegation battle between Aston Villa and of course Burnley. Burnley fight to avoid relegation from Premier League today as Aston Villa play host to the Claret at the Villa Park. The hosts were pegged back in a 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace last time out, while Mark Jackson's survival task was made all the more difficult with a 1-0 loss at Tottenham Hotspur. Now, ahead of this game, Steven Gerrard was quizzed if he's going to help Liverpool win the title this season. He said right now he don't want to, he's not involved in any title race. The only thing he knows right now is that he's the one in charge of Aston Villa. Now, was that the best of response from Stephen G?
As it should be. Being a professional, you just have to do the job that you have right in front of you.
But Stephen G is a former Liverpool player. Now, Liverpool fans has really said a lot that Stephen G should do it for us. Can Stephen G do it for Liverpool? He said whether relegation battle or title race is not involved. He just wants his team to end the season on a high.
Well, he's a professional, and as a professional, you really shouldn't be concerned with all of this. Let me call it side talks. As we're seeing going on with maybe being a Liverpool or
so that's the best response from
that's the best response. He should just concentrate.
Let's listen to what Stephen just said to me a minute.
Maybe from their point of view, but I'm not involved in a relegation or a title. I'm the Aston Villa manager. The 3 important points: we'll have a full house there. We've got 20,000 people waiting on a waiting list to come and watch the team. So it's my responsibility to try and win both games. Learn about these players every day, and the games gives us the opportunity to do that as well. I think the important thing is we focus on what we.
There you go. That's what he said. Saying he's focused on ending the season on a high. It's not ready to help anybody do anything.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the best thing he can actually say and do. But it is actually how he handles this game that will now know judge his true intentions, because he could say something else and act otherwise. So let's see how we prosecute this game, that we can actually judge him at the end of 90 minutes.
Okay, let's see who we have here in this line. Okay, all right, that call is gone. Okay, you can do it to call back. Sorry, you can do it to call back. 0916-104-7698, 0916-104-7698, or 0811052647, 0811052647. You can as well call 0902-280-9257, 0902-280-9257. With the final week of the 2021-2022 Premier League season underway, only 13 fixtures remain to be played out of the season, with 3 of those to go down today. That is no news. Well, for Chelsea, they're going to be up against Leicester City, and it's a big one for them. Looking at Chelsea, good news: long-time absentee Ben Chilwell has resumed training, but former Leicester City left back is unlikely to participate in this season, which means it's not going to play today. Meanwhile, Timo Werner is ruled out with hamstring injury he picked up while warming up ahead of the FA Cup final. In addition, Kai Havertz and Matthew Kovacic are also major doubts for the contest due to hamstring and ankle issues in that particular one. Andres Christensen is also unlikely to feature after he ruled himself out of contention for the FA Cup final against Liverpool ahead of his impending summer exit. Talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi is also confirmed absent. They are absent now. These guys are absent in tonight game. Chelsea against Leicester City. What do you think about that game?
Well, I think Chelsea's season has been wrapped up already. The only chance of them winning a silverware was what the 3 away and Liverpool took. Champions League football is already all but confirmed, so they can actually afford to take their foot off the pedal right now. With notable absentees or possible absentees from the game, they can actually give chances to other members of the squad that has actually been they've been in the cold, and actually have them gain some minutes since the season is almost over.
Okay. Let's take a look at the other game between Everton Football Club and Crystal Palace. Everton on Sunday led at some points, but at the end of the game, 3-2, they lost to Brentford. They got 2 red cards. Now they play against Crystal Palace tonight. This is a vital game if they want to escape the drop. A victory for them should be enough to move past Leeds United.
Yes, a victory is what
they need now. A victory will increase the gap between them and Leeds United.
Yes, it's a victory is actually what they need right now. I'm sure 3 points. Frank Lampard, who can almost do anything for 3 points, if possible even sell his soul for 3 points, if that is even possible.
Let's listen to Jordan Pickford speaking, saying the game is very important and they expect the boys to come stronger. After Pickford, Frank Lampard will follow.
Because it's not thinking about they beating us 4-0 or getting one back on them. It's about us being at our best and winning that game and just giving it our all 100%. Been a tough season, and but for me over this last month, 6 weeks, I feel like it's the most connected that I've as a club with the fans and the players, and everything is. I think the connections are now it's about us as players.
And I think if we don't get the right result, you then try and rekindle the fact that you've got a game to come. It's the reality. So we have to approach it as a game at Goodison, a game against a really good opponent, and a game that we all just understand what it is.
That was Frank Lampard and Jordan Pickford speaking ahead of tonight's game. What's your prediction, Everton against Crystal Palace?
Everton Crystal Palace. I think Everton a 2-1 victory.
All right, for the White Paper Boys, that's some correct score prediction for you. All right, Chelsea against Leicester prediction quickly.
Chelsea Leicester 1-1.
Okay, 1-1 Chelsea Leicester. And Aston Villa against Burnley.
Aston Villa against Burnley. Burnley struggling. Aston Villa needs 3 points. Aston Villa should win. 2 goals to 1.
Okay, now you sound like an octopus, so confident.
We'll see about that.
Okay, let's see how it unfolds. All right, that's all we can take from the English Premier League right now. Let's talk about some transfer stories. It's Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM. Your daily sport tonic on radio. This is the sport headquarters in Southwest Nigeria. Let's talk about some transfer stories. This is what we interest our football fans right now. Okay, now talking about one man who has really been attracting interest for some clubs in Europe, and that's the Benfica striker Darwin Núñez. You know, is really attracting interest for some clubs. And let's start with the Arsenal. Before we talk about that one, let's talk about Arsenal considering a move from Memphis Depay. Should Arsenal be moving for Depay right now?
Well, you know the transfer market can be very murky, whereby you just throw your net, and it is when you actually bring it closer, you now decide, oh, should I go for this? So I'm still feeling this is still in the realm of speculation, because I ask myself,
Arsenal wants to let go of some players. Depay, one of them.
Well, yes, if Depay leaves, but what position would Depay fill into Arsenal if he comes into Arsenal? Will he play as a striker? I don't think Depay is an out-and-out striker.
Supporting or play from the flanks.
But if he's playing from the flanks, you have Saka, you have Martinelli, you have Odegaard, you have Smith Rowe already.
That's squad depth. These guys are young guys.
Yeah, they are young guys already, but
imagine Depay with his experience. He should help the team.
Yeah, he should help the team, but I don't feel Arsenal will be the ideal destination for him.
All right, Barcelona wants to get Robert Lewandowski. That's what they're actually going for. They want Depay to leave. Okay, away from that one, let's talk about another transfer story here. Ten Hag flew by private jet from Amsterdam to London, and that was yesterday to meet with his United bosses and begin process overhauling the club's underperforming squad. Ten Hag and his landed in the capital and headed straight to United Mayfair office in London for meetings with Chief Executive Richard Arnold and Football Director John Murtough. And talking about Ten Hag, he wants to get some players, and I saw lists and a couple of Ajax players in that one. Now, do you think it's going to be ideal to bring in some Ajax players to a United team, because the division is different from the Premier League?
Well, yeah, you can say that, but you know, Dutch football actually it dwells on the basics of football. You know that when you're talking about Dutch football, this is not a case of dribblings or maybe heavy tacklings, but the basis of passing till you get to the goal. And since it's building from the scratch, these are the type of players that understand his philosophy. So,
and lastly, Origi to Milan is a done deal according to reports. Just prior to a medical.
Well, good thing for him. Maybe he'll be the focal striker at Milan.
That's a big one. Thank you very much, Toby, for coming this afternoon.
Pleasure is always mine.
All right, it's a wrap on Total Sport on Impact Business on 2.5 FM. We did the Sport on Radio, the Thursday edition of the program. You can join us tomorrow for another big edition of Total Sport. Remember, AM Sport comes up 7:30 in the morning. I'm sure you don't want to miss it. Big ups to my studio manager, DJ Scotty, for doing a fantastic job. I am Kenny Bamidele signing out.